Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how you can build a beautiful real estate website from scratch. So we're going to cover all the steps start to finish, and also most importantly, I'm going to introduce you to a tool that will drastically increase your sales, and that tool is called WPVR, which is a 360-degree panorama and virtual tour builder for WordPress. And as you can see here, this will greatly help your visitors imagine what the property looks like and immerse themselves in, and as a result, it will also greatly increase your chances of selling that property. Alright, so let's get started with step number 1, hosting and domain name registration. Okay guys, so the very first step is to take care of our hosting and domain name registration. So for this, simply click on the very first link in the description below where it says get hosting here. Now it's important that you use that link because it will bring you to a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger, which will give you access to 75% discount. And if you use the coupon code MrWeb at checkout, you'll get an extra 10% discount on top. So simply click on this link here. And this is going to bring you to this page. And again, this is a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger. So special prices, obviously, no special discount. If you scroll down the page, you'll find different plans. So as you can see, start from only $2.99 per month. Next one up is $3.99. And then the cloud startup is $9.99. So what's the difference between those three? Well, basically is the performances and the speed. So as you can see, this one is standard performance, this one is up to 5 times faster, and this one up to 10 times faster. So now it depends on the amount of resources that you need. If you're only running one website, this one is absolutely fine. Now, if you're running multiple websites and also maybe e-commerce website, you might want to consider either this one or this one, depending on the amount of traffic and visitors that you're expecting every month. And also with Hostinger, you get a lot of free stuff. You know, you get free SSL certificate, free email, and also a free domain name. These options normally are paid with most web hosting companies, so in this case you get those for free as well. And if you go for the business plan here, you get free CDN as well, Content Delivery Network. Now obviously they provide you with daily backup and weekly backup. As you can see, the entry level here is weekly backup, so they will back up your website once a week. If you go for the $3.99 one, you'll get a daily backup as well. So every day you have a full backup of your website. So feel free to select any of those plans. You can start with the $2.99 one, and you can always upgrade to the next one up later down the line if you need more resources. So let's get started with this one here. So click on Add to Cart. And from here, you're going to select your billing cycle. So as you can see, it goes from 12 months to 48 months. So obviously, the longer your billing cycle, the more you're going to save. As you can see, it's $2.99 per month, but here you're going to save $432. Here, $216, and right here, $108. So what does that mean exactly? Well, basically, if you lock in your price at $2.99 for a year, after that, you will renew at $9.99. If you select 24 months, you will renew at $7.99, and 48 months, you will renew at $6.99. So basically, for 4 years, you're going to pay $2.99 per month instead of $6.99. So feel free to select any of those. So let's continue on with the 48 months deal here, okay? So we scroll down the page, you can create your account, you select your payment method, and right here, we have a quick overview of how much it's going to cost you. So as you can see here, the normal price should be $707 down to $176. So this is a massive saving, isn't it? Now I also have a coupon code for you. So here, type in MrWeb. So there you go. And as you can see, the normal price $176.53, including taxes. Now let's apply this. And as you can see, now it's only $158.88. So that means that you get to enjoy a massive discount of 78%. And then after this, proceed to checkout. And now you can log into your account. So let's do this together. So simply enter your email address and password, and let's log in. So this is your Hostinger dashboard. And right here on top, as you can see, you can claim your free domain. So for this, let's click on Claim Domain. And right there, you're going to type the domain name that you want to register. So for instance, your domain name, okay? And then select your extension. As you can see, you have .in for India, .me for personal websites, .com, this is the most popular one, obviously. You also have .net, .xyz, .help, .host. So select the one that suits your type of business. So let's go ahead with .com as an example here. And then we're going to check the availability. So let's click on this. And as you can see, this one is already taken. So you might have to look for a different variation of your domain name. So in our case here, we're just going to try to register Learn with MrWeb, okay? As a .com. So again, let's check the availability. So this one is available. So we're going to claim our domain, okay? So let's do this together. So let's claim our domain. And then by law, you have to enter your details here, obviously, because you have to know who's registering the domain name. So let's click on the next step. So I'm going to fill this out very quickly. So there you go. And now finish registration. Very good. So now let's click continue. Very good. As I can see, the email verification is pending at the moment. So basically go to your mailbox and click on the link that's inside that email. So I've done that already. So now we can refresh. Very good. As you can see, now it's active and verified as well. Now we can set up our server. So we go back home here. So depending on which plan you purchase, maybe premium, business or cloud, you will see one of those sections here. Okay. So when it's not set up yet, you will have a button like this one just next to it. So again, it could be premium, business or cloud. Either of those is absolutely fine, you know. So now click on setup. Now we're going to click on start now. And right here, you're going to go through a few different questions. It's like a setup wizard, basically, you know, to help you set up your hosting. So as you can see, I have a few questions here. What are you creating the website for? So you can select either of those, or you can skip altogether. I would advise that you skip this one altogether, you know. Right here, what are you going to do? Are you going to create a new website or migrate a website? Well, in our case, we're going to create a new website. So select this. So do you want to build this with AI or ourselves? Well, we're going to build this ourselves. So just skip this step altogether now. And you're going to select your domains. So normally it should show up automatically, but if you have more than one domain registered, you might click on the drop-down menu and select the one that you want to assign to this. And then click select. And now right here, you're going to select your server. So this should be normally the nearest either to you or to your target audience. So let's say if you're based in United States, selling to people in the United States, well, you select either of those two here. But maybe you're based in the United States, maybe selling exclusively in Europe, in which case you might select one of those servers here, okay? So because we're based in Ireland here, we can select either Netherlands or maybe United Kingdom. So United Kingdom should be nearest. So let's click on this and now we click change. Very good. And now we're going to finish our setup. So as you can see, now it's taking care of everything. We can see the progress line. So now as you can see, it's installing the SSL certificate for us automatically. Very good. So we're done already. As you can see, well done. You are ready. So from here, you can either go and see your website. So we don't need that because we haven't built anything yet. So we're going to go back to our control panel. Okay, so let's click on manage site. There you go. And we're back to our dashboard now. So now from here, we're going to create an email address and also we're going to install WordPress on our server. So first, as you can see, it says free email setup is not finished. So let's click on the manage here. Very good. So as you can see, I've paid plans as well. I would go with the free one. Absolutely no problem with this, you know. So I'll click select. So let's create our email address. So maybe info@. You're going to enter your password and then a recovery email just in case. I'm just going to put hello@mrweb.tv. Okay. And now we're going to create our new account. And there you go. As you can see, we have a new email address now and you can access it using the webmail. So if you click on this, you can open this in a new tab. So this is your email address. Enter your password as well and click login. And there you go. As you can see, this is your mailbox, basically inbox and sent and spam and archive. So basically you can access all your emails immediately from here. And now we can go back to our dashboard. Okay. So from here, we're going to install WordPress. So right here, you have website, click on this, expand. And as you can see, you have WordPress and auto installer. This is the one we need to click on. Okay. So click on auto installer. And now for this type of project, we just need WordPress. We don't need WooCommerce. WooCommerce is an e-commerce platform. We just need WordPress on its own. So what we're going to do is click on this. So select. So first, let's enter the website title. So maybe learn with Mr. Web. Make sure the admin email is correct and then create a username and a password as well. Now we move to the next step. So right here, you can select if you want automatic updates or not. So it is advised to use this option here, update only to minor version, but that's really up to you. If you want to automatically update to the newest version, you can select this one here altogether. Again, that's really up to you, okay? And then click install. And there you go, guys. You can see this is done already. So we have everything installed, you know, Lightspeed Cache, Object Cache, SSL certificate. So now you can edit your website by clicking on this button here. So click on that, it will open up in a new tab and this will give us access to our WordPress dashboard. Excellent. So welcome to your WordPress dashboard. And now let's take care of our initial settings. So first we go to the settings section here. We go to general and make sure that you put the site title here. So I just put real estate here as an example. Okay. And then you can enter your tagline. So what's a tagline? It's very simple. It's maybe a slogan or something like this that you have that will explain what is it that you do. Or you can simply put here, what is it that you do? Okay, so you have real estate. And here maybe you could have something like selling private and commercial properties in Texas. So when someone lands on your website, they have no doubt whatsoever what it is that you do. So this basically will display here on top. So if you hover on top of any website, as you can see, you have the information displaying. So basically here, instead of what we have at the moment, we'll have real estate and then selling private and commercial properties in Texas. Again, this is going to help your visitors know exactly what it is that you do. Okay, so right here we have the admin email address, so make sure this one is correct because this is where you receive all your emails. Scroll down the page. Here you have your main language. You can change this accordingly. You have the time zone as well, date format, time format, and the start of the week, and then save changes. And now we go to permalinks, and right here make sure that you select post name. So this is very important, especially for SEO purposes. As you can see, this is our web address followed by the name of the blog post. So let's say if the page is called About Us, you will see about-us, which is also very handy for your visitors to know exactly where they are on your website. Scroll down the page and save changes. Excellent. So now let's have a quick look at our website in the front end. So hover on the title here, visit site, right click, open in a new tab. And let's have a quick look. So this is what it looks like at the moment. So nothing too extraordinary. This is the default theme, the 2024 that comes with WordPress. But don't worry, we're going to install our own one as well. And now if you hover on top, as you can see, now you can see the title of the website, so real estate, and also selling private and commercial properties in Texas. So this is very handy for your visitors, of course. So let's go back here. Now we're going to install our theme. So for this, we're going to go to Appearance, Add New Theme. So for this, we're going to install a dedicated theme specifically designed for real estate. So it has all the fields, all the features ready-made. So this is going to save us a lot of time, obviously, you know. And again, this one is completely free. So let's have a quick look at it. So this is the one here, as you can see, WP Real Estate Golden Theme. So this is a quick preview here. This is what it looks like. So very professional looking indeed. So all you have to do is to download it. So as you can see, I have a button here that says free download. And again, I'll leave all the links in the description below. So just download this. Once you have it, we can go back to the WordPress dashboard and install it. So let's do that together. We go here, so upload theme, and then select the file that you just downloaded. So it's called Real Estate Golden. Open and then install. Very good. As you can see, it's successfully installed, and now we need to activate it. So click activate. And right here on top, as you can see, you have two steps that we need to complete. One is to install the demo content, and the other one is to install all the recommended plugins. So you can start from one or the other. Either way is absolutely fine. I think we should start by installing the plugins perhaps first, okay? So begin installing plugins. So tick them all here, bulk select, and then install, and then apply. There you go. As you can see, 5 of them were installed. Now we're going to return to the plugin installer and we need to activate them. So again, bulk select, and this time select activate and then apply. Very good. So this is done. And just to make sure you can go to your plugins here, you can exit out of this. And there you go. As you can see, all these plugins have been activated and installed. So now we can import our demo content. So again, it should normally display here on top. So go to demo imported page, click on this. So if you don't find this, if the message doesn't show up, you can always go to Appearance and then import demo data. Same way anyways, you know. And now import demo data. Very good. As you can see, all our plugins are installed. So this is confirmed, and we can continue now and import. Excellent. So this is done now. So we can go back to the front end and have a quick look. So this is what the website used to look like. So let's refresh. And there you have it, guys. As you can see, this is our header here. We can add properties, find a real estate, and so on and so on. As you can see, you have the listings here, the most popular ones, and so on and so on. So already that looks very promising and very professional already. So now let me show you how to customize this. And also we're going to install our most important plugin now, which is WPVR. So for this, let's go to their website. So there it is. So as always, I'll leave all the links in the description below. So with WPVR, you can show off with amazing virtual tours. So this is the main purpose. So you have a few different features. As you can see, you can upload 360 degrees panoramic images. You can create a virtual tour very easily, and then you can publish that on your website to get more engagement. So this is the whole purpose. As you can see here, you can leverage the benefits of virtual tours, and there are a few different advantages. So having a virtual tour will increase your website's credibility in many ways. So get prospect interested even without a live visit. Display the elegance and quality of your place confidently, and engage with more prospects and get them bustling. So this is basically what you want, okay? So this comes at a cost. Obviously, this is not a free version. This is the pro version that we're going to use. So click on this and we'll see the price here. So let's address this for now. So you have annual plan and lifetime plans. So with the lifetime plan, it's once off payment and that's you done. If it's annual plan, it will renew each and every year. So this is really up to you to set which one you prefer. So here, as you can see, it starts for a single website at $79.99 per year or $249.99 for a lifetime. And then you have the agency and pro as well. What's the difference? Well, this one is unlimited sites and the pro is 10 sites. So depending on how many websites you're planning to build, 1, 10 or unlimited, feel free to select any of those options here. Now, if you decide to go with the starter plan here for one single website, I have good news for you because we negotiated special terms with them. So instead of $79.99, you can get it for $67.99 and you can ask them to email you the discount code. So this is basically a co-branded page that we have with Rex theme where we negotiate a special term of 15% off on WPVR. So you get to enjoy those discounts. And for this, all you have to do is to click on the link in the description below. So once you have this, we can go and install that on our WordPress website. So let's go back here now and we go to plugins, add new plugin. And we're going to upload the plugin, okay? So first we need to install the free version. So it comes with the free version and then the pro version. So we just downloaded the pro version, but to make use of the pro version, we first need to install the free version. So right here, type WPVR. There it is, so by Rex theme. So WPVR 360 Panorama and Virtual Tour Builder for WordPress. So make sure this is the one you select. Install now and then activate. Very good. So now I can refresh this, make sure everything is properly in place. And now we're going to install the pro version. So upload plugin, choose file, and then select WPVR Pro, open, install, activate. Very good. And now you need to activate it by entering your license key and then enter your license key and then activate license. As you can see now it is active and now we have everything in place to start building our website exactly the way you want. Excellent. So the first step is to take care of our listings, obviously, you know. So we're going to take care of this. So create the whole structure of our listings. So if you go to directory kit, these are all your listings. You can add new listings. And then we have a few categories and fields we need to take care of. As you can see, I have location. So this is probably the first one we need to take care of. So let's click on this. So if you go into the front end, you will see here in the search feature here, if you click on location, you have Austria and then all the different and main cities. You have Croatia, you have Czech Republic, you have France, and then of Germany, and so on, Hungary, Italy, and then all these different countries, including Netherlands here. And as you can see, just underneath Netherlands, you have Amsterdam, Almere Stad, Breda, Enschede, Groningen, Nijmegen, and so on in all the different cities. So now you can customize this obviously based on where you are located, obviously, you know. So here the map is mostly for Europe, but maybe you're based in the United States or maybe somewhere in Asia or maybe in India or Africa, anywhere in the world, you can change this to fit your location basically, okay? So let me show you how you can do so. So again, as you can see, this is broken down the exact same way we have it in search feature. So you have Austria and all the main cities underneath. So it's basically categories and then subcategories. Croatia, so main category, and then subcategories. Categories, subcategories. So let's create one here. So we said that we were based in Texas. So I have to look it up because I don't know all the cities in Texas, but the main cities would be Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, El Paso, and so on. Okay, so let me show you how you can reproduce that on your website. Okay, so let's go back here. We're going to add a new location. So right here, you're going to select root because this is your main category. So this would be the state of Texas. Okay. And then order index, you can change the order. So as you can see here, if you display that, the first one will be Austria, and then the second one would be Croatia. So this is alphabetical order, but you can also set your own order if you wanted to. So if you put a number here, it will follow that order. So let's say maybe this would be order maybe 1, and we want this to display first. You can select an icon and an image as well, but we don't need it with that theme, so we can just leave it like this. So save changes, and right here you will find Texas number 100, okay? So just underneath this, we're going to create our new city, okay? The first city. So we're going to go with Dallas first, okay? So let's add a location, and we're going to select here Texas as the root folder, and then underneath Texas, we'll have Dallas, okay? And here again, you can change the order. I'm just going to leave it as is, so you will follow it by alphabetical order. Save changes. So the next one we set is Houston. So add location. Again, we're going to select Texas. And here, tap Houston, okay? Save changes. What do we have next? We have Austin. So add location. We're going to select Texas. And we put Austin. And then save changes. Very good. So as you can see here, we have main category, subcategory, and then with Texas. And in Texas, we have Dallas, Houston, and Austin. And obviously you can do so with all the different cities here. So I'm just showing you the ropes here. There's no need to add them all, but now you understand the principle. So let's go back to our website here and refresh. Very good. So we go to all locations, and now if you scroll down, you will find Texas, Dallas, Houston, and Austin. And right here on top, as you can see, that's still only Europe being displayed. This is because we didn't upload any properties yet. But once you start adding properties in Dallas or any of those cities in Texas, obviously the map will reflect that automatically, and you'll see America and Europe at the same time because of properties in those two continents. So let's go back here now. So next we have to create our categories. So we go here by the side, click on categories, and right here, as you can see, you have houses, apartments, agriculture, commercial, industrial, and maybe you're setting garage and maybe parking lots as well, you know. So feel free to add this here. So to add a category, same principle. All you have to do is click on this, type the name here, so your name here, and you can change the order as well. Type the index, and you can select a font, custom marker, icon, and image as well. So this is very handy. So let me show you how this works. So if you go back here, as you can see, we have P for parking. This is an apartment. This is a house. And this one here with the $sign, that's one that's actually on sale. So you can use different icons to represent exactly what it is. And as you can see, you have numbers here. So these are clusters. If you click on this, it will zoom out. And as you can see, this is agricultural land, and this is a garage. Okay, so you can select different icons. So start with that, obviously, you know. So let's pretend that this one would be, let's say, a bungalow, maybe. Okay, so you want to differentiate that. So bungalow, there you go. And this is where you select the icon for bungalow. So if you click on this, you can see you have all these different options. So you can scroll down and look for something specific, maybe a home. As you can see, you have this one, but I think this one is already being used here, so we should use something else. So if you delete this and let's go back to the original one, we have this one, FA AccuSoft. That looks like a house with this flat roof. So maybe you could select this, okay? And then right here, you have custom marker image if you wanted to, icon and image. So if you don't want to use icons like these ones, Font Awesome icons, which is very popular though, you know, if you don't find exactly what you're looking for, you can always upload your own image, your own icon that you can find online, okay? So right here, you can select the color as well. So let's select this and let's go maybe for, let's say, maybe just a regular black, maybe this shade, okay? And then save changes. So right here, as you can see, now we have bungalow, add it to our list. And if you don't want some of these, you can delete them. All you have to do is click on the X sign. And if you want to keep them or just edit them, click on the small pencil. You can change those settings, okay? So now we have location, we have categories. Let's have a look at our fields. Now to explain this, let me open an actual listing. So I'm just go to listing, open in a new tab. And I'm going to open this one, the very first one, Primrose House. And if you scroll down, you will find all these different features here. As you can see, you have overview, you have location, interior detail, outdoor detail, multimedia, distance, etc., etc. Okay, and as you can see, as part of the outdoor details, you have pool, garage, backyard, parking, and so on. So you might want to customize this as well. If you go back here, as you can see, you have interior details, you have heating, fireplace. So depending where you're based in the world, maybe in the UAE, you don't have fireplaces and heating. You don't need it because it's warm the whole year. Or in Africa, you know, maybe you have air conditioning. So maybe this is not a feature that you need. Now, if you don't sell apartments, maybe you don't need elevator or something like this, okay? So if you want to customize those settings, this is basically here. If you go to your field section, this is where you can customize everything. So if you have a look at overview here, you have the purpose, sale price, rent price, size, number of lot size, year built, and so on. So all these are important information, obviously, for your buyers to know about, you know, location as well. You have everything about interior details. So like you said, as we said, we have a fireplace here and heating. You have the elevator as well. Maybe you want to change this to lift or instead of elevator. Maybe you want to add some as well, you know. So as you can see, you have sauna, TV, refrigerator, dishwasher. Maybe you have a jacuzzi attached to the house outside, maybe in the yard or something, you know. So this could be part of the outdoor details, okay? So if you want to add jacuzzi here, as you can see, they all check boxes here, okay? So we can create a new one. And for this, all you have to do is go back on top, add field. So I'm going to select here, it's outdoor details. And again, checkbox and put the name. So jacuzzi. I hope I got the spelling right. You can add a hint, a placeholder, and the columns here should be normally 4 for this one. That's it, okay? And then scroll down the page and simply click Save Changes, okay? So if you go back to your fields now and scroll down the page, we go to the outdoor section. As you can see now, we have jacuzzi as part of our different options here. And now if you go back to our listing itself and refresh, you go to outdoors, you can see now you can select jacuzzi if you wanted to, okay? So that's basically how you can take care of our fields. And again, this is a very important section, you know, because you want to customize your website exactly based on your location and how your market works, obviously, you know. So this is where you can customize literally everything that you need. So as part of the multimedia section here, as you can see, you have embed video code. You know, this is a text area. So you can edit this because this is going to be actually our panoramic view. So this is where we're going to include WPVR, okay? So instead of embed video code, we could have maybe 360-degree panorama and virtual tour. So this will explain exactly what it is, you know, and now we can save our changes. And then later on, when we'll take care of WPVR and we create our virtual tours, I'll show you how to insert this here in this field, okay? Now let's go back to our fields because there's a few fields I think that are unnecessary. So we go back here. And right there, if you go back to the multimedia section, as you can see, a video URL, we can use this. Virtual tour URL, we don't need this. You can delete that, okay? Confirm. And here we have as well a second one, I think, that's called differently embed virtual tour code. And we're going to disable this one as well, delete it all together. That's all we need. All we need is just those two fields. If you want to add a YouTube video and then your virtual tour and 360 panorama view, okay? So this is where we insert the code later on. So that's basically it for the initial settings. So now let's take care of our search feature. So let's go back to the home page. You can see this is our search feature. So you have generic search, you can search by location, you can search by categories, and you also have a more feature here where you can add your own specific fields. As you can see, minimum price, maximum price, and you can also search to make sure that they have a fireplace, maybe Wi-Fi, and things like this, okay? So let me show you how you can customize this. Again, this is a very important feature of your website, obviously, you know? So let's go back here. Now we go to search form. Very good. So right here by the side, as you can see, you have all these different fields or custom fields, SEO, overview, location with interior detail, outdoor detail. So these are basically taken from the fields we just created here. So fields, these are all the same. As you can see, these are jacuzzi that we created. Now you can use any of those fields to create your search feature here. So as you can see, first is smart search, location, category. So they work in this order. You keep adding them and they'll follow each other. So this is smart search, location, category, and this is what we have: smart search, location, category. If you click on more, you'll have the price, minimum, max. So this is the one here. So sales price. If you click on this, the section is min, max, okay? Or it could be a slider. See, if I select slider, the minimum value put 0 and maximum value put maybe 15 million, just to be sure, you know. Now, if you scroll down the page and save your changes, let's go back here and refresh. If I click on more, as you can see, now we have a slider. So I can select exactly which price range I want to go for, okay? And then you can look for the results. So basically there are no results found, but this is basically how this would work. Maybe I can reduce that search, and there you go. You can see all these that fit in that price bracket. So now you can customize this, obviously. Now if you don't want this, you can change that. If you don't washer, fireplace, refrigerator, if you think that this is not necessary, you can remove that as well. So let me show you how this works. So let's remove air conditioning. Let's remove refrigerator, Wi-Fi, fireplace, and washer. So now instead of this, maybe you want to add something a bit more useful, maybe by size or year built or how many rooms, how many bathrooms or something like this, you know. So all you have to do is basically drag and drop them here, okay? So the size, I suppose that's an important criteria that people might want to know about. So this is basically order 1, 2, 3, 4, and you would add it here to be the 5th one, okay? So number, size, maybe how many rooms, maybe by how many bathrooms could be something you could use, you know, and perhaps as well energy efficiency. Okay, so let's add those for now as an example. Scroll down the page, save your changes. Let's go back here and refresh, and let's put this to the test. So click on more, and as you can see now we have size, rooms, bathrooms, and energy efficiency. So this is basically how you can customize your search feature. Very easy, very neat, and very nice actually. Now, if you scroll down the page, this is the search result that's been returned based on the criteria we entered here. So as you can see, these are also customizable. You can actually define exactly what you want to show. So as you can see, you have the location here, we have the image, the type of property. This is for sale, this is for rent. You have the title, bedroom, bathroom, the size, and the price. Now you can customize this as well. So if you go back here, now we go to result cards. Okay, and right here, if you scroll down, as you can see, same principle, you can use any of those fields and add them here by the side. So yeah, over the image top. So this is the location. You can add something else if you wanted to, maybe the year of it was built. So if I select this, add it here, okay, scroll down the page, save changes, and now let's refresh. Very good. As you can see this one is 1999, 2015, 2021. So this is how you can add those little things and customize even your search results. So if you scroll down here, as you can see, over image button, the title part, you have the subtitle part, feature part. Okay, so the features are basically here. As you can see, size, bedroom and bathroom. So this is what we have: size, bedroom, bathroom, and the sales price here. Okay, so this is how you can customize this as well. So again, guys, this is an actually very amazing theme, especially considering that it's free. I think this is actually great, isn't it? So there you go. This is basically how you can create the main structure of your website, and now you can start uploading your listings. So for this, all you have to do is go back here, and as you can see, you have listings and add listings. So if you go to listings here, this is where they all are. As you can see, you can have a quick look at what they look like. You can edit them, customize them, and delete them, or you can add a new listing altogether. Now, the nice thing with them here is that you can filter down by location immediately from here. So if I were to go into, let's say, I don't know, Dallas here, and then filter, as you can see, there's no listing because we haven't uploaded anything for Dallas yet. So if you wanted to add a new one, all you have to do is add listing, and then you can fill out all these details. So we're not going to do that together. This is pretty self-explanatory. Once you have the structure in place, all you have to do is to enter all of your details here, okay? So as you can see, you have the title here, you have the address, category. So let's say this would be a house maybe, and let's say in Texas, Dallas, okay? And then you have the agent that you can select as well. So now I'm going to show you, before we go ahead with this, I'm going to show you how you can create your agents as well. So basically here, if you go to users, let's open this in a new tab. So open in a new tab. As you can see, you have Deborah Moran, Gary Noven, and Katie Spear. And if you go back here and have a quick look, this is what we have: Deborah Moran, Gary Noven, and Katie Spear, okay? So this is basically where you can create them. And then to create a new user, all you have to do is to click on this button here, and let's create one together, okay? So I'm going to put here Mr. Web, and then hello at mrweb.tv, first name, last name, and then the website. So I'm just going to type this here, okay? mrweb.tv. It will create a password automatically for you as well, or you can generate a new one altogether. As you can see, it will randomly create a chain of password like this, okay? And now you can send this directly to your user, basically, okay, via the email. So directly here to this email address, you will receive the credentials. So you will receive the username and the password, and then you can log in as an agent, okay? So the role here, very important, you have to select agent, not subscriber, not contributor, not author, not editor, and especially not administrator. Otherwise, they'll have access to everything here. Make sure you select agent, okay? Very important. And then add new user. Okay, there you go. As you can see, now we have Mr. Web's been added, and I should receive an email now in my mailbox. And there it is. As you can see, real estate login details. My username is Mr. Web, and to set your password, you can visit the following address. So they can reset the password themselves, enter their own password, but at time of creation, you have your own password. You can share that with them if you wanted to, but the safest way, I suppose, is for them to click on this and create their own account, okay? So let's go back to our listing, and now we can select the agent, and let's say we're going to select David Garrett this time, okay? So now let's add actually the address, okay? As you can see, by default, it will be pinned in London. So if you add the address, I found one here online for Texas. So just type the address. As you can see, we'll find our location here, okay? So Turtle Creek Boulevard, Dallas. And there's the postcode, so this would be here, okay? And now let's change this here, okay? So let's type maybe beautiful countryside house with land. Okay, so scroll down the page, you have the rank here. So rank is a number, so the higher the number, the better you will rank in the search results. So let's type maybe 9999 here. Now you can set this as a featured listing, yes or no, and you can also make it available to the public. So as long as this is not ticked, it will not display in the front end, so you could leave it pending for now, and then you can activate it later on. Maybe you need to run a check or something like this. You can do so and then come back to it and then enable it, okay? And then you have the slug here. So this is for SEO purposes. If you go to any of those listings, as you can see, you have the web address, learnwithmrweb.com, or followed by the category, okay, weekend listing, and then Kingston House. So this is the slug basically, okay? So if you put here Mr. Web Villas, okay, this would be basically, this is going to display here at the end. It's going to help with SEO purposes. So here we have the content, so I'm going to type something here very quickly. So there you go, perhaps something like this. And this is like a word processing, you know, if you wanted to emphasize some words, you can put that in bold and italic perhaps, and things like this, okay? So scroll down the page. Now we have everything for SEO. So this is the short description. So basically it should be a shorter version of this. So like we said, this is a property, a beautiful countryside house with land. So we could reuse this, okay, in Dallas and then Texas, okay? And then you could use your add keywords as well. So maybe house, Dallas, Texas, countryside, or something like this, okay? Maybe farmland, and that's basically it, okay? So right here we have the overview. So right here, going to select the purpose. So this is for sale or for rent. So in this case, it's going to be for sale. So let's say maybe this is 485,000, and if it's for rent, you enter the price here for rent as well. So it's either one or the other, or it could be both. Maybe it's for rent or for sale as well. So I think normally it should be one or the other, but it's really up to you. If you want to rent it or sell it at the same time, you can fill up both of those fields. So the size in square meters, let's say maybe 385. Property lot size in square meters, maybe this could be 2,450. Year built, so maybe this is 2002. Floor numbers, maybe 2, maybe, oh no, just 1 floor, okay, upstairs, and then enter how many rooms, bedroom, bathroom, garages, and so on that you have, and enter the custom ID here as well, okay? So I'm going to do that very quickly. So there you go, perhaps something like this, okay? And then you'll do the same with the location, so country, state, city, area, street number, and zip code. So there you go. So this is your complete location, and now you can enter all the different amenities, so interior and outdoor. So I'm just going to select a few here randomly, okay, just like that, just as an example as always. So let's take those, and right here we're going to have to say pool, parking, jacuzzi, outdoor, balcony, front yard, and grid, okay, and maybe garage attached as well. So here, this is the multimedia section, so we can add maybe a YouTube video here, and we have the 360-degree panorama in virtual tour. So I'm going to show you how to insert this code in just a minute once we set up the WPVR, okay? So here you have distances to the beach, to bus, and so on. So here basically add all the distances. So I'm going to do that very quickly. So perhaps something like this, okay? And again, this is going to help your visitors know exactly what's around the house, okay? So here you have listing plans and documents. So if you have this, you can upload this. So that's basically your listing plans as an image. And then we can add all our different images or videos again. So let's add a few images together here. So add images, and I'm going to select one random here. So perhaps this one here. Okay, so use media. Very good. And then scroll down the page and save your changes. So that's basically it. So now if you go to the front page and refresh, let's have a quick look. So normally, as you can see, it's showing up on our map now. So we have 15 here as a cluster in Europe and 1 in the United States. And if you click on it, as you can see, this is our image, beautiful countryside house with land. And if you click on it, there you go. It will display properly. As you can see, the agent here is David Garay, and you can send an inquiry directly to him. And as you can see, all your details are right here. So this is basically how you can create your listing. Now let's take care of the most important part, which is our virtual tour. So at the moment we have image, we have the map obviously, but right here we'd like to insert our virtual tour to showcase our house from inside, so people can immerse themselves visually directly into the house, and that obviously will increase your conversion rate and increase your chances of selling that property, okay? So now we go back here, and this time we go to WPVR. and wait for it. I'm going to show you this. This is absolutely amazing, guys. So what we need to do first is to create a new tour altogether. So let's click on this button here. And first we need to add our title. So we said this is beautiful country house. So maybe you can simply copy and paste this. Okay, so Control C and Control V, so we know what this is related to. Very good. So let's go about it step by step. So the first step is to upload our scenes. So as you can see here, you can add scenes or delete scenes, or click on this button here, add and delete. Okay, so let's add the first one. So this is the one, and we're just going to keep one for now, just as an example. So first you need to select the type of scene. So is it equi-rectangular or cube map? So this is the one by default. I would leave it like this. This is basically how the image is being processed when it's displayed online in the front end. So let's go with this one as an example. Okay, so we're going to upload the scene. So I have a few files ready already. So upload file, select file. As you can see, I have this one here, this one, and this one. So let's go ahead with this one as an example. Why not? So open and then select. So now do you want to set this as the default, yes or no? So I would say yes for now. So if you add more than one scene, obviously one will be the default one and the others will be just the other ones. Okay, so you have your scene ID, this will be set by default. Now here you can put your title. So I'm going to put again countryside house. The author, that would be myself. The author URL, if you wanted to add as well, you have a vertical angle of view, horizontal angle of view, vertical offset. I would leave them as is for now. Okay, if you want to make sure it's displaying properly, you have the preview button here. So let's click on this together. Very good. As you can see right here, countryside house, David Gary. Okay, now you can use this differently as well. So you can use a mouse, the scroll feature on your mouse, to zoom in and zoom out. So let's go back to the top to see the full image. So zoom in, zoom out with your mouse, and then you can use the mouse to move around. As you can see, you go all around the house. So this looks absolutely amazing, doesn't it? People have an immediate feel of what it looks like from inside the house. And as you can see, the big opening here, the high ceilings, you can almost feel how comfortable this house is and how the sun comes in through the windows. So this is an actually amazing way of converting visitors into buyers, you know, because once they see that, they're going to say, oh, that's the type of property that I like. I'm going to ring them, contact them, and crack a deal with them. Okay, so that's basically the default settings. Now if you scroll down, you have a few more options, obviously, you know, set default scene face, on, off, limit vertical scene grab, and so on. So basically by default you can do everything you want. So I can move from here to there, left to right, up and down, but you can limit that as well if you wanted just left to right, up and down, or whichever way. Okay, so that's basically it for our scene. Now we know it's working, it's fine. And again, you can add as many as you want and then set them as non-default if they follow this one, because this one is a default scene. So that's basically it for the scenes. Now we go to the hotspot. So what are hotspots? Well, if you wanted to emphasize area on this image, you could put an icon, and if they hover on top, there's a bit of text in the bubble speech that will show up. So if you wanted to say this is an open fireplace, wood burning open fireplace, or something like this, maybe people want to know where this is leading to. Maybe you can tell them that this is the pantry or whatever it is. Okay, you can tell them this is an open kitchen or something like this, living room, and maybe tell them what's upstairs. So how can you do so? It's very easy actually, you know. And maybe the windows, south facing windows, sun shining in, or something like this, you know. All these selling points, you want to emphasize them. So I'm going to show you how to create one of them only. So let's say you wanted to let them know that this is the kitchen with a hub and things like this, you know. You could basically put a hotspot here and emphasize and put all the content, so visitors will know exactly what to expect and what this is. Okay, so hotspot ID, so I'm going to put here kitchen. Okay, type of spot, is it info or scene? So in our case it's an info, and then you have pitch and yaw. So this is basically X and Y axis. Okay, so as you can see here, if we go like that, you have here pitch and yaw. So if you go here and try for the pitch 26 and for the yaw minus 58, so now we can select the icon and the color as well. So we said this is a kitchen, so let's see if there's anything related to kitchen. No, maybe a fork. No, a spoon. Yeah, a spoon, that will do. And let's select the color. So we have blue here. So maybe you want it to be red, purple, or based on your own branding, you know. I'm going to go with blue. I think blue is a nice color anyways, you know. So hotspot animation, yes or no. I would leave it by default, you know, no problem at all. And now, as you can see, we have the bubble speech here on top with a small I. So now we can enter the content, on-click content, on hover content. So it's one or the other. So basically, if they hover on top, if they hover on top, they will see the text. So this is not the right position. So you might have to play around a little bit here, you know. So basically, I'm going to try maybe minus 65, perhaps. Try it. And then, as you can see, you can click preview and go back here. So this is almost the right spot, but it should be lower. So let's try maybe minus 15 here. Again, preview. Let's go back here. There you go. That's almost good. Let's say maybe minus 10. Let's try minus 10. Yeah, that's exactly where the kitchen is, okay? So let's enter our description here on hover. So perhaps kitchen area, granite countertop, hob, full electrical appliances with cupboards and storage or something like this, okay? Again, preview. So let's go back here and hover. And as you can see now, anyone looking at this and hovering on top will see the description. And this is going to help your visitors obviously have a quick idea of what this is like, you know. You could do one here as well to know where this is going. Maybe one for upstairs, maybe one for the living room area. Maybe you want to let them know that the sound system and television, all the surround system and maybe music, entertainment system and all that, that's all included in the price. And maybe here mention what type of heating this is, you know. So feel free to use that feature here to emphasize all the most important areas of the house. Very good. So just for now, I'm going to publish and save just in case, okay, while we work on it. So as you can see here, so this is taken care of. Okay, so next we have the general section here. Click on this. So right here, as you can see, you have the basic settings, advanced settings, control button. So it's another important section, you know. And right here, you can upload an image. So this is a preview image. So before I will show this, you have to click on the image itself, okay? So you can upload an image if you wanted to, maybe the image of the house itself. So I'm going to select this one here, okay? And then you want the tool to auto load, basic control buttons, scene fade duration. So these are pretty self-explanatory, you know. Let's go to the advanced controls now. So here you can disable the keyboard movement control, yes or no. So basically, if I go here, I can use my mouse, okay, just like this, but I can also use my keyboard. At the moment, I'm using the keyboard, okay. As you can see, the movement is very smooth. It goes from left to right. Whereas with the mouse is a bit more, you have more control basically. I could move faster with the mouse. Let's put it this way. I mean, if someone is using a laptop, I suppose the keyboard is probably the best option as well, you know. So as you can see, I have keyboard zoom control. So you can zoom with the small wheel on your mouse, zoom in, zoom out. But you can do the same with your keyboard anyways, you know. And here you can enable or disable mouse control. You have the gyroscope, the compass, scene gallery, and so on and so on. So feel free to play around with these and enable those features as you see fit, obviously, you know. And then you have the control buttons. And again, here you can customize the color and also what they do. So if you click on this, as you can see, you can change the icon. And you can enable them, disable them as you see fit. Again, feel free to play around with this. This is, like I said, pretty self-explanatory at this point, okay? So let's go to the videos now. So obviously, this is a virtual tour. As you can see, this is a 360 panoramic view, which is immersive and absolutely amazing. Now, if you want to enable videos, now as you can see, turning on the video option will erase your virtual tour data. Are you sure? Yes or no? So in this case, I'm going to cancel this. So it's just to show you the feature here with WPVR. You can use videos or scenes, in which case you can have your panoramic view. So in this case, we're going to leave it as is. And we're going to disable this for now. Okay. Now the floor plan as well. So let's go back here. So do you want to enable the floor plan? Yes or no? If you enable this, again, you can upload a specific image. And if you want to, you can upload your image. So let's do that together. Upload file, select file. So I found one online here. Okay, so open and then select. Very good. And you can choose the color for the pointer as well once you hover on top of this. And that's basically it for this. Okay, and then you have the background tour. So background tour, do you want to enable this? Yes or no? In which case you put the title and subtitle. And then now we have the street view as well. So do you want to enable street view? Yes or no? If you enable, as you can see, again, if you enable this, it will erase your data. So I'd highly recommend you don't do so, okay? So it's just to show you the option is available. You can use WPVR for 3 different purposes. Scenes, so panoramic view. You can use this for videos and also street views. So we're done now. So let's update. So we can save this. Now we go to tools, and as you can see, the beautiful countryside house with land is now here. So we have a short code here. Copy this, and now we go back to our property. Okay, so we go to directory kit. So this is our listing here. Okay, beautiful countryside house. Click on this, and remember at the bottom of our page we added one specific field which is called 360-degree panorama and virtual tour. Paste this here, just like that. Okay, scroll down the page, save changes. Now let's go back to the front end. So this is our listing. So refresh, and now if you scroll down the page, you will find the panoramic view. So this is where it is. And now I can have a quick browse and have a look inside the house. Oh wow, this is beautiful. I love these windows. Oh, there's a fireplace. And right here, as you can see, we have the blue icon with a spoon. And we know that this is a kitchen area with granite countertop, etc., etc. So as you can see, this is a very handy feature that's definitely going to increase your conversion rate. And yeah, that's pretty mighty, isn't it? Excellent. So now let me show you how you can customize the front end of your website, how you can add your own logo here, how you can change the menu section, how you can change the colors here to fit your branding, and how you can customize literally everything here on the home page, how you can change your contact page, and also the footer section here. Okay, so let's take care of this now. So we go back to our WordPress dashboard. Excellent. And as always, when you design a website, it all starts with the logo, because this is where your colors, your branding start with. Okay, so we go to appearance, we go to customize, and right here, as you can see, you have a blue pencil next to your logo. Click on this. This is your logo. Okay, so now we can change the logo with another one. So let's change the logo and then upload your logo. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to pictures, and then I'm going to upload this one and this one. So this is the dark version and the bright version. So we have both of them. Okay, open. Excellent. So I'm going to select this one here for the website. So select. We're going to skip cropping. Very good. So as you can see, it's displaying fine here. And right here, you can also upload what is called the site icon. So that's basically a shorter version of your logo, or you can upload the image. That's up to you. And then crop it immediately from here. So I'm just going to upload a new file. I'm going to select the exact same. Okay, open. Now I'm going to edit the image. Very good. And I'm going to crop it. And I'm just going to keep the M here from Mr. Web, just like this. Okay, just like that. Apply crop. Very good. Save edits. So now we can go back here, and as you can see, the changes have taken place. So select and then skip cropping. Very good. And now if you publish, now if you go back to the home page and refresh, you will see our logo, but also the small fav icon here immediately on top. So they know exactly from your tab here which website is yours. Okay, so let's go back here now and let's continue on. So now we can exit out of this. We're going to edit the home page. Okay, so we go to pages, all pages, and you need to locate the home page. As you can see, you have home, alt, golden, and home page, golden. So this is your main home page, and this is the alternative version. So if you want to see this one open, you could use this one as well if you wanted to, if you prefer this layout, all the same, you know. If you click on more, it will expand and show you this. Now, in this case, if you do so, as you can see, if you scroll down the page, you will have to add pictures for all your different categories. So as you can see, we created a category bungalow. We didn't upload an image, and here we have no image, obviously. And right here is the same for all your locations. So if you create United Kingdom, Spain, Netherlands, Texas, like we did, you have to upload an image for each one of them. And it's going to be the same throughout the whole website. That's the only difference. So let's just customize the actual page we've been working on. That's actually in place at the moment. And this is the one, it says front page. And to edit this page, all you have to do is edit with Elementor. So right click on it, open in a new tab. So you have your backend here, and then right here is the Elementor page. So there's the page you're working on and editing at the moment. And this is the front end, so I can see the finished product. I think this is an efficient way of working. So let's go to the Elementor page. So how does this work? As you can see by the side, you have all the different elements. So these are things that you can actually drag and drop on your page. And as you can see here by the side, this is the preview of the content of your page. So if you click on this, as you can see, this is a container. Okay, so a container made out of different columns, and each column has different items in it. So as you can see, this one here, this is a heading, this is a text, and this one here is a search feature. Okay, and then you can customize everything very easy by customizing here the content by the side. So let's take care of the first section here. So this is our map. Click on this, WPVR map, okay? So here you have the limit results. So obviously, depending on how many listings you have on your page, you don't want to overload your server, obviously, you know, because imagine if you have 1,000 visitors per day and they're all loading 700 queries or maybe more, you might overload the server, and this might cause an issue, obviously an error as well. So you might want to limit this maybe to 350 or 250 or 100, whichever you feel like, okay? So if you scroll down the page, everything else here, I would leave it exactly the way it is. Now you have your map. So you have the height and the zoom index. So the height is basically here 500. Now if you wanted to increase that, maybe 620, it would look a bit bigger. That's up to you, you know. You might want to make it a bit smaller, 420. Again, this is really up to you, you know. So let's keep it at 500 the way it was. I think it's absolutely fine. And then you have the zoom index. So the bigger the number, the more you zoom out. And the smaller the number, the more you zoom in. I think 7 is a happy medium, but again, depending on your location, here is for the world. We have United States and Europe, but maybe if it's just Europe or maybe just United States or just Asia or any other country you have, you might want to zoom in a little bit more, obviously, you know. So I'm just keep it at 7 for now. Now you have the dragging for desktop and dragging for mobile. It's enabled on desktop, disabled on mobile. So what is this exactly? Well, here I'm going to grab the mouse, and as you can see, I can grab the map and move it as I see fit to find the location I'm looking for, okay? So this is a handy feature, I think, quite intuitive as well, if you think of it, you know? And that's basically it for a map, I think, you know. So you have the map positioning. I would leave it as it is as well. So scroll down the page. Now we have the search feature. So if you click on this, as you can see, this is the search feature. So basically here, I would leave all the settings the way they are, you know, but you can change search for something else. But apart from that, I'd leave everything exactly the way it is. So you guarantee that everything will work properly. Now, the only thing you might want to change is the color of your buttons here. So you can go to style. So for this, you can go to layout and close this, and you can see you have all these different features. You have the button more here, and you have the search as well. So you can customize both of them, obviously, you know. So I'm just going to show you how to change this one here as an example. So button more, click on this, and right here you can change the color. So the color here is actually the color of the font. So let me show you. If I was to select red, this is what it looks like. If you want to go back to the original settings, you can reset this as well. You can change the color of the border as well. So if I was to select maybe a border here, as you can see, it's going to add a black line, and I can select a different color as well. So again, feel free to play around with this, you know. So I'm just going to remove the border here altogether, default no borders, and then you can add the background color. So this is the one, okay? So I'm going to select classic color, and then you can select the color and then add it here, okay? So I'm just going to reset this for now. I'm just going to click update. And what we're going to do is to add actually our two colors here. We have a green and blue. And those two colors, because this is our branding, should reflect throughout the whole website. So first, let's add those two colors, okay? And for this, we go here, we go to site settings. And what we want is the global colors, okay? And as you can see, by default, you have the primary, secondary, text and accent color. So the primary color should be one of the two colors of your logo, and the secondary as well. As you can see, you have a dark blue and a green. So let's change this, okay? So the primary color, let's say this is going to be maybe green, okay? So I'm going to change this here. And you need to know the hexadecimal code, so hex code. If you don't know it, you might ask your graphic designer to share that with you. And the secondary color, this is going to be our blue. So I'm going to change this here, Control V, okay? So now I click update. Very good. And if you close this, this should take effect throughout your whole website. You can apply this everywhere you go. So now let's click on our main section here, the column. And now we can change the background color of our column here. So we go to style, and as you can see, this is the color here. Now, if you click on the small globe here, you can select your primary or secondary color. So which color do you want to choose? Maybe green, okay? Or perhaps you want the other one. Maybe you want it blue, okay? That's really up to you. And then we can change the color of our button here accordingly. I think the green one sounds better. It's actually very catchy, isn't it? And as you can see, there's a slight border all around it. So you can go to borders. And then this, you can remove it all together and then change the color and set it to primary. And now this is fine, as you can see, okay? Now let's do the same with the second column here. We go to style, going to change our color here, so primary. And again, we're going to change the border color, select style, primary, and there you go. And we can do the same again with the search feature, obviously. So click on the search. From here we go to advanced, close this, and you'll have background here. Okay, this is the color. So again, select the primary color, and there you go, guys. I can see that looks good, doesn't it? So let's click update, and let's go to the front end and have a quick refresh, see what it looks like. Okay, very good. As you can see now, this is customized to our own branding. Now clearly this button here shouldn't be that color, and this one the same. It should be dark blue, obviously, you know. So we can take care of this. So we go back here and then click on the search feature. We go to layout, and again we're going to try to find this one, the more button. So this is the one here, and we're going to change the color. Okay, so here in the color, select the dark blue. There you go. That looks good, doesn't it? And this one, the search one, is the other one. So close this now, and now we go to search button. And right here, as you can see, you have normal and hover. So if you hover, as you can see, we'll change color. So hover, we have two different colors, and normal, we have two different colors. So you might want to change this around. So perhaps the opposite of the more button, or maybe the same color. That's really up to you, you know. So here you have color and background. So let's take care of the background color. So I would go maybe for white with this one. Okay, just white. I think that actually looks good like this, doesn't it? Now you can change this differently if you wanted to add maybe blue here when you hover on top. So as you can see, background, maybe select your main blue, and that's it. Okay, that's fine. This, and maybe that's up to you. You can remove the border altogether. So in normal mode, you have border width, maybe nothing. Let's try like this. I think that looks cool. And you can do the same on hover, obviously, you know, so there's no border here. I think that's fine the way it is. Again, feel free to play around and apply this the way you like. Again, as you can see, now we have our colors in place with our logo, but obviously those icons here, they don't look great. They're still golden color, so we might change this. So click on this now. And now we go to style. From here, we can select cluster. So this is a cluster, and this is a marker. And now we can change the color, obviously, you know. So which color do you want? Well, you can try primary first, see what it looks like. Okay, I think that looks good. Or you can try the other one. That's up to you again, you know. So do you want it to be this color of your logo or this one? Feel free to select. I think the green one looks a bit more enticing. And you can do the same with the marker. So here you're going to select primary and primary. There you go. If you hover on top, as well. Okay, so you have to change the hover color now. So if you hover, obviously here you need different colors. So I'm going to select this one again. Let's try this, and that looks fantastic, doesn't it? So as always, don't forget to click update as you work on your page and you make progress. Okay, so let's move on to the next section. So right here, as you can see, these are our featured properties, and here it says New York. So the first thing you want to do is probably change this. Okay, Texas. There you go, that's it. And just underneath we have featured properties. Now you might want to change this for something else, maybe latest properties, you know, or something similar. So right here underneath we have our listing. So if you click on this, on the item itself, listing results. And again, here you can change all the colors accordingly, obviously, you know. So here we have the color from the content, we have the card, over image top, and so on and so on. So let's go through this step by step, okay? So right here, we're going to select our own color, primary color, very good. And then you have the card, over image top. So you have to go through all these step by step, obviously, like I said, you know. So if you go to card, make sure there is nothing to change here relating to colors. So when it comes to card, it's only black, so this is fine. Let's move to the next one, over image top. And right here, as you can see, the background again is gold. So we want to change this again to primary color. And these are those two here on top, okay? And then we have the content here. We have the title, the price. We want them to be changed to probably dark blue in this case, okay? So right here we have the title part. And again, this is golden. Change this to either primary, that's up to you, or perhaps the dark blue. Or you want to play it safe and just have it as a plain black as well, which I think is probably better in this case, you know. And then the most important part of the listing here is the price, obviously. So let's close this. And then we have the price, so pricing part here. And there you go. So first we have the color, and then you can change the typography as well. I would make this a little bit bolder, perhaps a bit bigger as well. That's up to you, you know, you can change this. And for this, you go to typography. And you can select the font family as well and the size. So you can select any font that you want. So let's go with Montserrat as an example here. So this is the one. And which type of Montserrat? I'm going to go for a bold one, maybe bold. Or well, I think that's fine, yeah. And then we can change the size. So use the slider here And then once you're happy enough with the size of the price, you can leave it as is. So maybe let's go maybe with 28. Very good. And now we can change the color, obviously, you know. So select either primary. How's that? I don't know. I think maybe secondary. Let's go with black, plain black, I think, you know. Let's try this again. But now that I'm looking at it, maybe the price should be a different color, you know. So let's try this. I think it's better if it is color like this. It stands out a lot better. The attention is drawn directly to Dallas 2002 and the price. And then after that, you're going to read the content here. That's called hierarchy, basically. Okay, so I think it's a lot better like this. Now here, as you can see, you have sale and rent. You can change the background color here as well. Okay, so where is this? Well, that would be in over image bottom. So this is over the image and it's placed at the bottom. Okay, click on this. And as you can see, there's no colors here because this is normal mode. And this is featured properties. Okay, so if you click on featured here, as you can see, this is our color. So now we can select our own color, primary color. And as you can see, now we have that in green. Now, obviously, you can also introduce a bit of transparency to it using the slider here. So this is really up to you, you know. If you want to show maybe a bit of the image behind, you can use that feature as well. I'm just going to keep it fully opaque for now. I think it looks absolutely fine. And that's basically how you can change this section. Very good. So let's move on to our next section here. So these are popular house types. So these are basically your categories, okay? As you can see, you have houses, you have apartments, agriculture and commercial and industrial. So if you were to look at this one here, agriculture as an example, we go back to our listings here, you go to categories. Remember, we added one here, we added bungalows. If you go to agriculture, as you can see, this is the image. Okay, so what you need to do basically is to add an icon and an image as well, and it will show up in the home page exactly like this. So this is how you customize this. Okay, very good. So this is pretty self-explanatory. Now if you click on it, there's a few additional settings here that you can change. So for instance, how many do you want to display? A maximum of 6, maybe only 3, maybe only 2. You can show them by index or by title, category ID, or those who have the most listings. If you click on this, as you can see, it will change. Obviously, we have 0 listings here. The next one is 2 listings. This one is 2, and so on and so on. And this can be either ascending or descending. So from the most listing to the least listing, or from the least listing to the most listings. So you should leave it as is. And that's basically it. Okay, so again, as you can see, there's no image here for bungalow. So if you wanted to change this, we go back to categories, select bungalows, and here we're going to add our image. Okay, so select image, and then from here you can upload your file. So upload file, select file, and then I found one online. So this is a bungalow somewhere in America. So use this image and then save changes. There you go. As you can see, successfully saved. And now if you go back to the front end and refresh, normally we should have our bungalow now. Now, as you can see, it's not displaying. So what's the reason? Well, basically here, as you can see, we've limited this to 6 categories. So I could maybe try 7, update. As you can see, now it's displaying here. Let's go back to the home page and refresh. Very good. And as you can see, now we have bungalows as well. So we'll go from apartments to bungalows to parking and so on and so on. So this is working. Okay, so let's go back here now and let's scroll down to the next section. So these are all the properties for rent. So these are rental properties. Okay, so here you can change this as well. So click on that. So this is listing result, same principle as before. You might have to customize this again. So what we can do here, instead of changing everything again like we did, going to the content, changing all the colors and so on, if you go to the settings here, as you can see, this is a result settings. It will show the results available, 3 are in total. And the field, the query here is field 5 equals rent. So if you were to copy this and duplicate the other one that's on top, this will save us a lot of time, obviously. So let's do that together. Let me show you. So this one is already customized. So you might as well copy this, okay? So click on it, right click, and we're going to duplicate it. Okay, and now we're going to move it around. Okay, so what you can do is to use the navigator. Click on this. As you can see, this is our section here. So if you click on it, it will show up. You can move the navigator here if you want to, you know. So click on it just to make sure this is the one. So listing results. Okay, and what you want to do is to move it where this one is. So click on this one, and as you can see, this one is right there. So it's easier actually to move it from here. So what you do is grab this one. Okay, drag and drop. and drop it here, okay, just like that. So now if you scroll down your page, you will find the old one and the new one. So like we said, this one is already fully configured, so it's probably easier to replace the query from this one into this one than to reconfigure everything from start to finish, obviously, you know. So as you can see, the query is field_5 equals rent. So now we go here, we select this one here, we go to settings, and here where the query is, paste this, and as you can see, we have the exact same result. The only thing is that we don't have to waste time configuring everything and changing all the colors. Now you can right click on this one, delete it, and there you go. You have all your rental properties now. Okay, so we can save this for now, and let's move on to the next section. So this one could be used for different purposes. As you can see, it's just text with an icon, etc., etc. So maybe you want to say what people think about you, or why should they choose you over anyone else. Yeah, why choose us? This could be a nice one. Okay, so why choose us ? So this is usually what people ask, and here you could emphasize maybe 3 of the main reasons why they should choose you over anyone else. Okay, so right here, as you can see, I've choose location, listings that work, and save investment. I have no idea what that means, but it doesn't make much sense. So you can customize this basically to fit the title we have here now, why choose us. So the first one, you could choose, maybe if you keep the map here, you could have near you. Okay, and here you could say that if you are located in the Texas state, we are there to help you. In Dallas, maybe Austin and whatever other city you could name here. Okay, so basically put a bit of background story here, and this is going to help people know that you're just nearby, and that's why they should choose you over anyone else. And then here maybe you could say that you have a competitive pricing, you know, so maybe competitive pricing, okay, or something like this. And here you can replace that maybe with the $sign. So let's look for dollar, maybe. There you go. So you have this one here and this one. So I think this one is absolutely fine, you know. Oh, maybe this one with the magnifying glass, because they're looking for a listing here. This could be nice. Or this one here, look like a file as well. This could be a nice listing with the $sign, okay? So insert, and there you go. You could use this. And right there, you could have as well, maybe you have a mortgage approval system in place, okay? Mortgage approval or something like this. And then you can have a bit of text here explaining how this works, you know? So these would be 3 good reasons for them to choose you over anyone else, obviously, you know? So again, as you can see, those icons are the wrong color. So we can go to style, go to icon, and we're going to change this to our primary color. We do the same with this one here. So everything is matching and everything is in line with our own branding, obviously, you know. So I'm going to change this one as well. And we're nearly there. That's it. Very good. So this is our section done here. So here we have a call to action section, a scroll stopper, as we call it. So find the perfect house, search right now, and you can bring this maybe to a specific page on your website. So if you click on the button here and you go to content, as you can see, this is bringing us to the grid map. So this is not a bad idea. So let me show you in the front end. So if we refresh and scroll down the page, you have the scroll stopper here, search right now, and basically there's nothing here. So what we need is to find actually the right category. Okay, so as you can see, you have your pages here, rent, sale, and featured. So maybe you can display all the featured properties. So there it is. So this would be our featured properties. Maybe you can select this, Control C, and right there you're going to paste it here instead of the other one. Okay, update. And now if they click on this, they'll be redirected to that page automatically. So you could change this as well, you know, search right now, maybe search featured listings. There you go. And now this makes sense, doesn't it? Very good. So let's move on to the next one, which is our blog section. So this one is pretty self-explanatory. If you go to your WordPress dashboard, you go to post. This is where all your blog posts will be. So you can create new posts here. It's basically like a page, you know, but it's slightly different. You're going to put your title here and then type your content. And that's basically like articles where you can explain to your visitors maybe a few tips and tricks on how to find the right house, how to negotiate new mortgage, maybe how to haggle the price down, or things like this, how to find the right location, things to pay attention to. And this way, this will drive traffic to your website as well for people looking for tips, and they might end up purchasing a property from you as well. So again, as you can see, we have to tweak this a little bit for the color mainly. So if you click on this, we go to layout. And then again, as you can see, have all these different features here. So this is a label. Okay, click on this, and this is the color. So let's change the background to green, and I think for everything else it's absolutely fine the way it is. So we can go on with the last section here, which is the testimonial section. Or perhaps not, there's maybe another one. Oh yeah, there's agents after this. So we have the testimonials anyways. So right here, as you can see, this is made out of different elements. So here we have an image that you can replace. This is a heading. This is a heading as well. And this is a text editor. So feel free to customize this and change this accordingly. Now, if you wanted to display more than one testimonial, you can easily do so. All you have to do is to duplicate the column here. So right click on it and then duplicate. As you can see, now I have 2 of them. Then right click and then duplicate. You have 3 of them. So let me delete this first. I'm going to show you something because they're too near to each other. So what you need to do is to click on this, go to advanced, and add a bit of padding all around it. So maybe 50 pixels. As you can see, it's going to add a bit of breathing space all around it. Okay. And now if you duplicate it, as you can see, they don't touch each other. Before that, the text on both testimonials were touching each other, which wasn't good, obviously. So duplicate it. And now all you have to do is to change the image here, the name, the title, and the testimonial itself. That's basically it. And after this, you'll be all done for the testimonial section. Very good. And finally, we have our agents here. So this is a simple one again. As you can see, if you click on this, here we have an image, and here we have a heading. Here we have a second heading, and heading again, and then heading as well. So all you have to do basically is click on them and then customize the content here by the side. So this is pretty self-explanatory again. So click on this here to change the color. We go to style, and obviously we're going to use our primary color and do the same with all the others. So I'm going to do style, primary, this one style, again primary, and then style, and then we're going to go to the primary color again, and that's basically it. Okay, so this is all there is to the home page. And now let's take care of our footer section. And again, for this, all you have to do is to hover on top of each item and replace them. So first, let's change the background color here. So click on the main container, style. We're going to select the background color, and we're going to add our blue color. So this is in line with our website and our branding. And you're going to do the same with this one here. So right click here, edit section, style, and I'm going to change this as well for the blue color. Very good. So this is fine. Now we're going to change our logo first, and for this all you have to do is to add a new logo. And remember, we're 2 types, dark mode and bright mode. So this is the dark mode that we need. Okay, so select, and as you can see, plenty of contrast, lovely. And right here, change this for a short about us section. This is your phone number and your email address. So those 2 you can add as many as you want, obviously. You can add other items. Maybe you have a social media, a specific social media, maybe on YouTube or something like this. Okay, you could type YouTube and then add the YouTube icon, perhaps. Okay, this one here, insert, and there you go. And then you can link this obviously to a specific URL. So if you put hashtag here, just as an example, it becomes a hyperlink. Okay, now again, as you can see, if you hover on top, the color is gold. So we need to change this. Okay, we go to text, we're going to hover and change the color here to green. And now if you hover on top, as you can see, this is working, but we still have the icon that's in the wrong color. So we go to icon, hover, change this to green, and there you go, guys. You can see now if you hover on top, it will trigger an action. Okay, so right here, as you can see, we have popular properties. So click on this. This is their own widget, again, built into that theme that we installed. And again, you can change this and customize. So if you go to settings, how many do you want to show? 2, 3, 4. Also, that's up to you. I think 3 could fit properly, no problem. You can go, again, there's a query here. You have the ID, post ID, and descending, ascending. And right here on top, we're going to customize the color here because, again, this is golden. This is not what we need. So we go to content, and then we have, this is the price, okay, so price, and then change this to our primary color. There you go, perfect. So here we have a few different links. So this is icon list, so you can create a menu section here and maybe bring them to specific pages. Again, all you have to do is click on it. This is the text, the title, this is your link, and you can select any icon that you want. So if you wanted chevron instead, or maybe a circle, insert, and basically that's what it is. Okay, so let's go back to the other one. I think it was chevron. Okay, this one here, insert, and now we need to change the color. As you can see, if you hover on top, yeah, it's also again golden. So we go to style. So first we have the icon, select green, very good, and the text should be green as well, but when you hover it should turn green. There you go. Okay, so this is done for this, and now we have the newsletter here, and as you can see, this is a newsletter field. So here, this is your item, so all you need to fetch basically is the email address, and then you can trigger an action. What do you want to do with it? Well, you want them to subscribe, obviously, you know, and then you have your content here, so you need to send this to a specific email address, subject newsletter, and then you can add them to your list. Now you could also add an omnisend box here if you wanted to. We have other tutorials covering that, so feel free to check the link in the description below if you wanted to. Now the only thing we need to change obviously is the color of the button here. So we go to style again, okay, and right here we need our button. So the background color at the moment is brown. We're going to have it green. On hover, we're going to have it green and maybe a slightly darker shade. So maybe here, okay. And let's have a look. There you go. That looks perfect. And then now here you have the copyright field. So if you click on this, you can see this is a short code. Now you cannot change it from here immediately. As you can see, this is a short code. So this is fetching the information from somewhere else. Let me show you how to change this. So as always, I keep a few tabs open. Now we go to appearance, customize, go to theme option, footer. And right here, this is where you'll find all the information, okay? As you can see, copyright 2024 Golden, and here I'm going to put Mr. Web, okay? And feel free to change everything else. Make sure that your email address is correct here, and your phone number as well, because in some places on the website, it's going to fetch it from here. And then publish. Very good. Now let's go back here and update. Now we can go back to the front end and refresh, and there you go. That looks absolutely perfect. So I have the logo here, all our details, Mr. Web 2024, and right here you may have noticed we have WordPress real estate theme. So you might want to remove this or customize it. That's really up to you. This is the one here. If you click on this, as you can see, this is the text and this is the link. So you can link this to something else, you know. This is really up to you. Maybe website built by Mr. Web or something like this, okay? If you want to keep it, you can change the text here. If you don't want it, you can right click here and then delete, and that's you done basically, okay? This is up to you. This is really what you want to do, whichever you want. In which case, you might want to delete this as well and maybe center this section here. So if you go to style, center, and all you need is the copyright tag here just underneath. So let's click update. Have a quick look, refresh. And there you go. As you can see, we have the copyright just here underneath, and that's basically all we need. And now what we need to do is to take care of our menu section. As you can see, it's a bit mismatched at the moment, so let's take care of this. And first, let's take care of our menu section. So click on this, and here you can select the type of menu that you have. This one is called Menu Golden. So let me show you how you can change those items. So you have to go back to your WordPress dashboard. We go to Appearance, we go to Menus, and you need to select the menu, okay? So as you can see, there are none here. It's just the one here, Menu Golden. And here you can change your items. So what I would advise you to do is to basically delete everything, bulk select, and then bulk select them all, okay? And now remove all the selected items and start afresh, okay? So all we need basically is the home page. We need a contact page. And perhaps if you have services or anything else, maybe featured listings, okay? So now you can move them around as well. So now you can expand this and change the title here. So this is going to be home on its own. Now here, instead of featured golden, we have featured listings, okay? And right there we have the contact page. So contact, well, just contact on its own, okay? So now save menu. Very good. So if you go back to the home page and refresh, as you can see, now I have home, featured listings, and contact. If I click on contact, as you can see, it's going to bring us to contact page. If featured listing. This is all our featured listings, and this is the home page. So as you can see, this is working perfect. Now the last thing again is to change, when you hover on top, is to change the color. And for this we go to content. It's not in style, funny enough, it's in content here. As you can see, I have all the colors because this is related to typography. For style, it's everything else, your menu, the drop down and all of that. So as you can see on hover, we have this color here, which is not what we need. We need green. And on active as well, which is like the home page here, we need green as well. And this is fine. Okay, so update. And now we're going to refresh because obviously it's not displaying the right menu at the moment. So refresh this. Very good. As you can see, this has taken place. And what I would do myself personally is maybe to center this all together. Okay, so now we can go to style and change this to be centered. And here, this is all related to the account and all that. So maybe you can change the color of the button here. So again, we go to layout and everything where you have the color like this, you change to green, obviously, you know, so green, green. And then on hover as well, is going to be fully green. And if you try it, there you go. This is perfect now, okay? And everything else can remain the same. I think it's absolutely fine. So as always, click update. And that's us done with the home page. Now let's make sure that our page is displaying properly on tablet and mobile phones as well. Now if you go here, as you can see, you have responsive mode, and right there you can select desktop, tablet and mobile as well. So I'll click on this. So this is how it will display on tablets. And if there's a few things to tweak around, feel free to do so. As you can see here, he's displaying slightly differently. You might tweak things around, obviously, to display a bit better on tablets. Now, if you go back on top, you can try this for mobiles as well. And again, as you can see, it's fully responsive. It will display properly on any type of websites. Now, any changes that you make on one device or the other will only apply to that device. So just to show you an example here, if I was to click on this section, okay, and I go to advanced. So if I wanted to add a bit of padding here, as you can see, will only apply for mobile portrait. So if I add, let's say, I'm going to exaggerate a little bit here, even 20 pixel all around. There you go. We have a bit of breathing space. If I click update, now if I go back into desktop mode, there is no padding. That's basically how it is. Okay, if I click on this, as you can see, there is no padding here. There's no added value. If I go there, we can see it's 20 pixels all around, only in mobile mode. So this is how this works. So don't be afraid to make changes on to each layout based on the device it will display on, obviously, you know. Okay, so that's basically it. That's just done with the home page. So now we can go back to the WordPress dashboard, click on this, exit. And now let's take care of the only other page we need to look at is the contact page. The others, you can look after them. It's basically the same principle. I'm just going to change, show you how you can customize this and your map here as well. So we go back to our pages here, all pages. We set contact page, okay, so edit with Elementor. So obviously your location, that's important. So click on this and let's say that you're based in Dallas, Texas. So you have to enter the GPS latitude and longitude. So what you can do is basically go to Google Maps and look for Dallas, Texas. And then if you find your location, let's say maybe you're located here. I'm just going to pretend we're based on Cherrywood Avenue, okay? And now you can share this, okay? So if you click on the share button, it's going to give you basically the coordinates. So these are the two different numbers that you need, okay? So this would be latitude. So let's insert it here. And the other one should be longitude, if I'm not wrong. Maybe it's the other way around. Let's find out. Okay, click on this. And there you go. Now we're in Irving, Dallas. Perfect, yeah. And obviously you want to zoom in a little bit, okay? If you scroll down, you have the advanced options. And right here, we have the zoom index. So here with this map, the bigger the number, the more you zoom in. And the smaller the number, the more you zoom out. So depending how far your customers might come from, I don't know, maybe 14 or 15, you know. So just like that should be okay. So again, as you can see, our icon here is in gold. So we need to change that. We go to style, marker border. We can change this to green. We can change this to green as well. There you go. Okay. And now on hover mode, green as well. And there you have it. So this is fine. So let's move on to the next section. So all of these obviously is just text. If you click on this, the only thing we need to change right now is basically the color. Okay, so we're going to go for green for the icon and green for the text as well. There you go. Or maybe not. No, I think maybe black for this one. Hold on. Black should be okay. With this one here for the email, we might want to change this as well, because this is a different color, as you can see. So click on that, and right here, this is the color right there. So you might want to remove this all together, the start of the line. And if you click on this, now it should remove the color. Okay, so if you click update, so it is still brown. So let's go towards the end maybe. There's the color, that's the one it is. So remove this one here, color, and then the code. Remove this, and there you go. Now it's all in black, so this is fine. And then we have our contact form here. Obviously this is important, you want to receive inquiries. So from, you're going to put Mr. Webb's website, okay, and right here you can enter your fields. So this is name, email, message. Maybe you want to ask for the phone number as well, so you can add a field, okay, and here you can select a specific type, so short text, text area. So suppose short text will do, you know, and then phone number. Okay, and as you can see, this is displaying as a label. So this is not what we do, it's actually in the placeholder, just like this. Okay, now you can close this and you can move this up if you wanted to. So maybe we're going to ask for this farce, and then we can change the title as well, just to make sure, you know. So we need to change the field name. So we're going to add phone number here as well, phone number. But now we don't need to display this, okay? So we're not going to show the label altogether like this. And this field is maybe required as well, in which case we can put an asterisk just next to our placeholder, okay? So that's basically it. So now again, we have the problem here with the color. So we go to style, and then from here we go to button. And right here, everywhere you have this color, you can change it, okay? So let's go for green. We go for green. And on hover as well, we're going to select green. And this is absolutely fine. And let's have a quick look at the rest of the page. So everything here, as you can see, has been changed all over again. So that means that every page you're going to customize here, you have to copy and paste your footer section and the menu section from the home page that we just did, okay? So if you go back to your home page here, you have the whole section. So what you can do is right click, copy, and then go to your page here, and then right click and then paste. And then delete the one that's not necessary. So right click and then delete. So this is it, okay? And do the same with the footer section, okay? So we go here now, footer section, straight at the bottom. So right click on it, copy, go here, right click on it, and then paste. Very good. And you can delete this one, and that's it basically, okay? You can do the same with this one, obviously, which is additional. So here, right click, copy, and then right click and then paste again. There you go. And you can delete the one that's not necessary. So there it is. And now we have everything in line. So click update. And that's us done with our page. And you'll do the same, obviously, with all your different pages. And there you have it, guys. This is how you can build a high conversion real estate website. Now, as always, I'll leave all the links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.